Teach others to love you by the way you love yourself. Hello, all you beautiful souls out there in my social media family. How are you doing today? My name's Chris, and I'm here to help you find your happiness. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to teach others to love you by the way that you love yourself. Now, this was a concept that came about for me during my healing journey in a way that was difficult. Let's just put it that way. And the reason I say that is because so many times in the past, we're looking at the way that we love other people, right? And we're expecting them to love us in that same way as the way that we're loving them. Unfortunately, what ends up happening is that through that process, like in my video I was talking about the other day, is that you start to fall out of love for yourself, and you start to, stop respecting yourself and accepting yourself for who you are. Or at least that's what happened to me. Okay, I'm not saying that happens to everybody. What I am saying is that it's very common to see the way that we're loving others and expect that same reciprocation in return. Now, if you're in a healthy state of being, like if you don't have inner turmoil going on, then that's going to work out okay. So this video, if you're already in that state of self-love, may not necessarily be as helpful as it is going to be to other people that were in the state that I was in the past, and that was where I had fallen out of love for myself, okay? And if you're trying to figure out if you have fallen out of love for yourself, I'll go ahead and put a link to the video that I did, I think it was yesterday or the day before, where you can see, figure out how to figure that out. I can't even talk. Anyways, so the best thing to do, okay, so if we understand the law of attraction and we understand the way things work, right, is like attracts like. So think about it. The more that you are showing yourself love, the more that you're showing yourself respect, the more that you're accepting for yourself for who you are, the more that others are going to do that for you. And that was one of the things that I started to realize is, when I was looking back at the things that had happened in my life and looked at the ups and the downs, at the times where things were going really good were times where I felt really good about myself. And therefore, because I'm feeling good about myself, I'm setting boundaries properly of what is acceptable and what's not acceptable in my life, right? And then in other times, when I'm in the lower ends of the spectrum, those were times where I was not feeling good about myself, where I was in, whether it be anxiety, depression, whatever those things may be, right? And so in those times when I wasn't feeling good about myself, I also, again, looking back retrospectively, I noticed that that's when other people weren't treating me the way that I wanted to be treated. And that is because they were learning how to love me from the way that I love myself. So imagine how much better your relationships can be if you are showing others how to love you by the way that you love yourself. So how do you show them that? It's by the way that you think about yourself. It's the way that you speak about yourself. It's the way that you treat yourself. All of these things are really, really important when we're trying to show others what we expect out of love from them. And again, if you were like me in the past and struggled with expecting that reciprocation of the way that we love other people, right? That's not a bad thing, okay? That's because we want to love people properly. Unfortunately, you have to love yourself the same way. And could you just imagine how you would feel yourself when you love yourself the way that you love other people, and then in return have them love you in that same way back? I cannot tell you how much better my life is these days now that I have learned to love myself properly, to respect myself properly, to accept myself for exactly who I am. And now that I do that, every person that I am attracting into my life is that same way. And they're starting to treat me the same way that I treat myself. And it is such an amazing way of living. It brings me so much joy because that happiness that I already have inside is reflected out. And therefore, that's the same happiness that I'm starting to get in return. So again, if you're struggling with your relationships, whether that be a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, or even just friendships. Instead of looking at them and being frustrated by what they're doing, start looking within, start loving and respecting and treating yourself the way that you want others to treat you. And like that, you'll notice things start to change very quickly. All right, everybody, I hope that you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. And until next time, please share this video with somebody who you think might benefit from it, because we never know when the right words from the right person will hit somebody at the right time and help them find their happiness. All right, I'm sending you all much love. Namaste.